Hello everyone, and this is Mr. Ege, and we have this today 3D Studio Max design in front of us, and the new project I'm starting right now is uh, the racket simulation, and you're going to experience the requirements and the needed for the simulation of a rocket launch off. And we're going to create a rocket using 3D Studio Max. And when you click on the 3D Studio Max icon or go to the Windows applications and find out where the 3D Studio Max design is, and 2022 or 2020 will do the same. And please start it. And this is the screen that you're going to be seeing. And when you started 3D Studio Max, please do what I did first. And I went to the file and save as. And I specified the location I wanted to save. Okay, in your case, you have a student ID number folder that please find that and then save it first and call it the rocket takeoff. And because we're going to simulate a takeoff of a rocket and reach to the elevation of see, actual size rocket 35 miles into the sky. Okay, this is when you save it. Okay, when you save this, take a look at it. Okay, the 3D Studio Max screen is a little bit different than other screens that you experienced it before. Okay, first of all, 3D Studio Max is a program designed for simulations, and most of the time architectural or engineering simulations, most of the time engineering simulations. And first time I used it in college, and the second time around I have seen in an engineering, professional engineering office that is being used by engineers for marketing purposes and creating flyabouts or walkabouts. So on the top you have the ribbon and or pull down menu, which you like to call, and it goes like file, edit, tools, pretty much views. Probably the most important one is the create tab. When you click on it, you have standard primitives, and when you move your cursor on it, you get the number of box on the top: cone, sphere, geosphere, cylinder, tube, torus, pyramid, and so on. And there's an extended pyramids. Extended pyramids is even more interesting. It's extended primitives. Extended primitives is like chamfer box, chamfer cylinder, capsule, extrusion, and so on. Other than that, architectural engineering, objects too. These are all three-dimensional and compound objects. Okay, there are meshes, particles, and so on and so forth. This is a brilliant professional program, and basically designed for animations and simulations. Okay, so what we are going to do, we're going to start from the nose cone of the rocket, and the nose cone dimensions are important. Let's settle down those dimensions. It requires, the cone of the, requires two kind of radii, and one of them is 20 meters, okay, radii, and the other one is 5 meters. And height of the cone will be 60. So I'm going to do this at the lower right-hand corner viewport. By the way, there are 3 viewports. When you click inside the top left corner, you will see the top or plan view. And then top right corner, okay, this is a front view. And then lower left-hand corner would be the left side view. And lower right-hand corner, when you click inside, you will see a 3-dimensional. I try to create everything in a 3-dimensional view, okay? And then occasionally we're going to be use top and front and right side views. They all have functions, and you're going to need them because in 3D world you need to have more than one viewpoint, and so that you can have a good control of what you're doing. So I'm going to go to create button, go to standard primitives, and I'm going to select the cone. And as soon as I click on the cone on the right hand side, I see the browser, okay, for the dimensions of the cone. Now it says radius 1 on the browser, and I'm going to change this radius 1 to 20. I'm going to type in 20. And I'm going to, it says radius 2, and I'm going to change it to 5. Okay. And there is one more item underneath this, which is height. And height is going to be 60, so 60 meters. And I'm going to move my cursor and design it here, like that. And by just simply dragging, clicking, and dragging. Okay? And what I created here, change the dimensions that I put it down. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just modify that number. Okay. Tab key, I'm changing radius 1 to 20. And hit the tab key, radius 2 to 5. Tab key, and the height will be 60. Enter. Okay, so I have the cone that I like to have. Okay, I can change the color of the two from yellow. I can choose something more metallic, something like that. And I can click on Save button. Okay, Save icon. And that's important to occasionally save your work. Okay, so this is the cone that I want you to create first, and then later we're just going to create the body of the entire rocket. So I'm going to just make room for the body. And for the body, I'm going to use something called oil tank. Okay, and let's find out. Oil tank. Under the create again. There is an oil tank option under the extended primitives. Okay, so I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to generate an oil tank of, again, 5-meter radii with the height of 35 meters. So I'm going to make an oil tank by clicking on the surface, dragging up, and moving up, and then click. Okay? And on the right-hand side, immediately it displays the sizes. The radius is going to be 5 of the oil tank. Height is 35. So I'm typing 5 and hit the tab key, 35. Okay. And hit the tab key and 5 again. So this is the oil tank, okay? And let's change it, just to match the color, let's change the color again, pretty much same way. Okay. Now we want to locate this at the nose cone, on top of the nose cone. That's first thing we want to do. And this will work out far better if I convert the other views, because this is only 3D view, and computer does not have the sense of what I want to accomplish. So that's why I have 4 different views, okay? So the escape key, and I'm going to go to the top right corner and see if I can move the oil tank from where it is, okay? And when I click on the oil tank and press the right mouse button, on the screen menu, I will see the move command. The move command enables me to move the oil tank properly. Not necessarily accurately. So I'm going to go to the top left corner, click on it, and click on the oil tank, and then arrow demonstrate. That means computer is ready, okay, to move the oil tank, okay. And right now, pretty much, I'm at the lower left-hand corner. I clicked inside, and I moved the oil tank, okay, where it's supposed to be. This is going to be part of the nose cone, okay? And I think I located as good as possible there. And then I'm at the, again, lower right-hand corner, clicking inside the lower right-hand corner. Viewport, this is the viewport. Entire your screen is divided into 4 viewports: top left, top right, lower left, lower right, and lower right is actually my essential viewport. Uh, these two items are joined together, but however, uh, not to the point that uh, they are welded. So uh, we're going to assume the position to weld these parts together. So in order to join two parts together, you need to select one of the parts, okay, first, and then go to the create browser on the right hand side. There's a create command menu over here, and then there is selective first item compound objects, okay, and inside the object type select the proboolean. When you select the proboolean, it will allow you to pick, okay, the other items to join to the first item. So there is a start, after you select the proboolean on the right hand side, underneath there's a start picking, okay, within the pick boolean option. So click on that and then select the top part, okay, and that is supposed to be union. So click on the union option. Okay, let's do this one more time. Control Z, I'm going to take it back. Okay, start picking and select union option, and I'm going to select second item. Okay, now it joined, okay, the first item to the second item. Okay, again, it's supposed to be proboolean, start picking, and must be union option. Okay, you can subtract it, you can merge them, intersect them, and none of these are important. Only the union, and select the second item, and we're done. Hit escape key and save your work. Okay. Now we're going to generate the entire body of the rocket, and the body of the rocket is going to have is going to be a cylinder, and cylinder is going to have radius of 20 meters and height of 100 meters. And let's see how it's going to go. And again, we go to create button, command menu on the right hand side, okay, and we have a create button. Inside the create tab, we have a command objects, and you're going to go to standard primitives, and within the standard primitive there are a number of options. One of them is cylinder, so I'm going to go with the cylinder, okay, and I create a cylinder that matches 20, like that, okay, and I'm going to go inside the menu and some modifications. Cylinder radius turns out to be 20.9. I want exactly 20, so I'm just typing 20 and press the tab key. And height is 370. I wonder if we have to make it 100, see what happens. Maybe we should increase that to 180. Okay. And there are 5 segments is acceptable. I'm hitting the tab key. Okay, so 180 is not going to cut it, so I'm going to increase it to perhaps 300. Okay, and okay, and now I'm going to select the cone, the head of, and try to locate it on top of the body of the rocket. Okay, accurately, as accurate as I can be right now, and because it's a freehand right now, and Okay, this is a animation program and animation simulation program, and everything is designed to be very, very practical. So instead of using numbers, okay, we're using manual control to speed up the process, okay? And this rocket looks very good, but I'm going to change the color too as well. Okay, and same way, I'm going to use the Boolean command. Okay, click on the create geometry. This is your geometry, and then standard primitives, extend compound objects. Okay, pro Boolean, and it's supposed to be union selected already, and start picking, and then I'm selecting the nose cone now. Click on it, and now nose cone joined to the body of the entire rocket. So the rocket is created, okay? However, we're going to add some fins, okay? The fins are critical. If you look at the picture, okay, the picture, and it indicates there are 4 fins at the tail fins, okay, and they are like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6-sided polygon. Okay, so I'm going to freehand it by just simply adding the fins, and I'm going to zoom in. So in order to create fins, I'm going to need special lines. So I'm going to go and move my cursor away from geometry, and right next to the geometry there are shapes, okay, option, and again under the create tab. So I'm going to click on the shapes option, and under the shapes there's a line command. So I'm going to click on the line command, okay, and I'm going to zoom in on the top right viewport, okay, and I'm going to create a vertical line first, okay, and then a line at about 30 degrees angle, and then line about 45 degrees angle, okay, and I'm going to create another vertical line, okay, and this time I'm moving my cursor a particular location. That's my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The fifth line is going to be parallel to the third line. And now I'm going to go and select the first point. Click on it at the first point. And computer says that this is a spline, and line is a spline, and can I close the spline? Yes, answer yes, okay? So first fin is important. When it's a closed spline, you can extrude it. So in order to extrude, I want you to adjust your viewport so that you can see the extrusion or amount of extrusion. So on the upper left-hand corner, top left-hand corner viewport, I can see the line I just created. In the left corner, lower left-hand corner, I can see the line on the top right corner viewport. I can see the line, and I selected by the way, I selected the line with the left mouse button, click on it. Okay, so computer knows that I want to do something with that because I selected the line. It's a closed spline. Okay, it's going to become a extruded, it's going to become a tail fin. Okay, and then I'm going to move my cursor over away from the geometry. Right next to the geometry there is a modify, okay, tab. When you click on the modify tab, selected line is already showing, As a matter of fact, with the color of magenta, I'm going to choose a different color. Okay. And then finally, there's modifier list underneath. And I'm going to click on the modifier list. I'm looking for extrusion. It's alphabetically ordered, and there is an extrude command. I select that. Okay. Now I'm selecting the extrusion, and green arrow shows me the green arrow. Okay. And extrusion amount is going to be, I'm going to set it to say 5. I wonder if it's going to work. Yes, it did extrude it for 5. I wonder if it's too much. Maybe it should be 3. Okay. And probably it's more realistic. Okay. And I'm going to keep that 3 meter extrusion. Okay. As you can see, the extrusion is already made. Okay. I'm going to hit escape key and I'm going to save now. Click on here and I'm going to save it. Go to file and save. Okay. I need to locate this. Okay. And then also 4 copies. And so that fin, I'm going to need to position it on the top. Okay. I'm bringing it kind of into the build. And on the top left corner, viewport, on the top right viewport, I'm going to just click on it, and as the arrows indicate, I'm going to just put it on. Okay, this is more or less what I like to do. It's looking good, but I need also multiple copies. There is an old trick in the 3D Studio Max. In order to copy something, you select it first, click on it, then you press Shift and Move command. Okay, so you click on and then you move it. 1 copy is made. Okay, and it should be 1 copy, single copy. Okay, and then press Shift again. 1 more copy is made. We need 4 of these, and accept that by clicking OK button and press Shift again and 1 more copy. So you have 4 copies made already. Go save your work. And next step is move everything in where it's supposed to be and rotate at the same time. So you select the items and press the right mouse button, select the rotate option. And next to the rotate option, there is an accurate rotation, not by hand, but accurate rotation icon. Click on that icon because you want 90-degree rotation on the Z-axis. So I'm going to just type 90 and enter key. That's now I'm going to change move command, where I'm going to move from where it is, where it's supposed to be. Okay. And I'm going to do the same thing with the other fin. Press on it, click on it, and select rotate option. And this time my rotation, I'm going to select the accurate rotation, numerical digital rotation, and this time I'm going to change the number 180 degrees. And enter. Now from here, I'm going to press my right mouse button, go to the move option, and move the fin where it's supposed to be on the other side of the rocket, and to 170. Select this one, press the right mouse button, select the rotate option, select the accurate rotation, and 270 degrees. And then from here, press right mouse button, select move, and where it is supposed to be exactly. Okay. Now, I think you know what I'm going to do after this point. I'm going to just simply Boolean option and select everything together. To select everything together, I'm going to select the body, and I'm going to modify and extrude. I'm sorry, I'm going to go modify and select Boolean. Union has to be there, option union, and start picking. Okay. And one at a time. And everything is completed. Save your work. And I will explain the rest of it in the coming video. And thank you very much for watching. Please save your work at the end as usual. Have a great day.